So I don't know if you've been bullied before, but if you have, you probably have. It sucks. I was beat up as a child. Every day I went to school. I lived in a bad neighborhood. I grew up poor. And the only solution my parents had for me was either get a bike and find a longer route to school that didn't involve getting beaten up by my neighborhood friends, or to learn martial arts. So I went to martial arts at 7, and the biggest thing I learned there was sitting down and not thinking. It drove me crazy. My teacher would have me sit, since I got there early after school, for 1 hour before everybody else showed up, and I would have to stare at the wall. This is part of my training, he told me. And I didn't know what this meant or why I was doing this. I had no idea why this would benefit me or what it was for. And since I respected him and I kind of feared him, I just did what he said. So as I sat there, over the years, the only thing I noticed that I got better at was calming my mind, not reacting as much, and feeling a little bit more easygoing, a little more happier. And I realized this was a very special gift, because at some point this concentration of the mind allowed me to become awakened in my dream space. Now that led to an entirely new experience. That dream space led me to a place where I knew I'm no longer in my body, or at least I might be in my body, but I'm in a different reality. This reality didn't play by the same rules as the one I was in when I was in the body. And I also learned that there were other beings there. There were other people there. There were other, I don't know, souls or spirits, or maybe it was all in my mind, who knows? But the point was, there was another place that I went to that I could become conscious in, that could start to show me things I couldn't get from this world, from this 3D world. Why? Because the body is very limited in senses. We only see a small window of what's really going on. We have emotional reactions that we don't understand at all. We have thoughts that come into our mind that we call ours, but they don't really come from us. They just come up. So we can be aware of these things, but we can't necessarily say that they're ours. We can say that we just experience them. So as I got into this conscious world, I realized this was a different place. This, I could look at things and view my perception in a completely new way and realize how the world worked in a fascinating, unbelievable, truthful, honest, brutally honest way. And I started to realize maybe we weren't being told all the truth about what's really going on around us. And maybe the world didn't operate the way we really thought it operated. The further I went into this, the further I gained knowledge, the further I got help and met friends that were able to teach me how to use this space really skillfully, how to use this space so that I could take advantage of the wisdom and knowledge I could draft from it, bring back into this world. Then that changed my life. From that point forward, everything was different. And the only thing I cared about was, why aren't other people doing this? So I dedicated my life as an organic chemist to figure out, how do I take away the heartache and the pain of trying to get to that lucid dreaming space quickly from people, so they don't have to go through decades of hard work, because that is too difficult. If you've tried it, you know how tiring and difficult and how much investment it takes. And I wanted to remove that. I thought if I could just get people into the dreaming reality quickly, they could move fast through that conscious evolution, start to realize what's really going on inside of themselves, inside of others, and inside of the reality as it is. So I developed a micro-emulsion. Now, this is different than what I used a lot of, which was tinctures and herbs and plants and minerals and so on, because in a normal tincture, we're really just trying to take some kind of plant and macerate it, or for a better word, just try to use alcohol to extract as many of the compounds as we can and just guzzle it down. It's a very inefficient way of trying to get the intelligence of the plant in the body, or the minerals into the body. The other way people use it is sometimes they'll put it into a tea. So they pour a bunch of hot water into a cup and they drop a bunch of flowers in there, let it steep for a while and drink it down. What they don't realize is that a lot of these flowers are lipophilic or hydrophilic, And water is actually bad, or hot water is actually worse. They like oils. Plants are very finicky. So when it comes to understanding how to make a micro-emulsion, it's about finding the right compounds in all of the various botanical organisms that you want, taking them out, placing them in their right spaces, making them as small as possible so they go into the body and become as potent as possible, and get to work doing what you want them to do right away. So I put together a formula that does two things. One, it makes the body sleep. It keeps the body to bed so that you know you're going to rest. That's important. The body needs sleep. But what doesn't need sleep? Awareness. So how do we keep the mind awake? We took the mental actives from other compounds, other herbal compounds, and we made them become small, potent, and immediate so that you can become aware while the body sleeps. Now, because these two things are happening, you can have consistent and regular conscious dreaming. This changes the entire process of trying to learn to do this on your own, which again is really difficult. That's why most people don't do it. Our emulsions allow you to get conscious. Most people, for the very first time they take it, it allows your body to stay asleep while your mind's awake. And that's the key. Once you have that, then you can begin to realize what the world's really like. If you can begin to understand the nature of reality from an entirely different perspective. You begin to understand how you operate, where your thoughts come from, how you're influenced, how others are influenced, and what influences the world around us. Because you actually move into a space that's beyond or above, I don't know whatever word to use there, this reality. We move into a new space where knowledge and wisdom and understanding become abundant, and we can utilize that to understand how to have, first thing, a better life. That's what I want for everyone. Be happier, have more fun. But second, be more connected, understand each other, be able to realize we're all in this together, but we're all ultimately connected, and to understand who is, what is, and how is this world controlled, so that we understand that the prison we're in, or maybe just the arrangement we're in, isn't as great as we think it is, and maybe there's ways we can change it. So coming together using these emotions allow us to get to this creative space quickly so that we can learn how to make change. From that space, we can change this world much easier than we can change this world from this space. There's a lot to talk about there. It's a whole other story about what to do when you get there, and that's for another time. But for right now, getting there isn't so important, it's essential. And I think everybody can feel that right now, if we don't make changes, we ourselves don't make changes to this reality, it's going to make changes for us, and we might not like those changes. We might not like the fact we gave up our choice, our free will, and our ability to be involved in what those changes are. So if you take advantage of this, do it now. Get into your dreaming conscious space, understand it, know how to use it skillfully, and become your own teacher, your own destiny, your own embodiment. So you can come back here and help others do the same thing. I hope to see you in your dream world soon.